So these basically happened. And now something I saw in the patent I reported on Twitter made me think Nintendo is making a TV. Absolutely no evidence, but my intuition is telling me Nintendo is making a TV. And it hasn't been wrong when it comes to Nintendo for over a year. So fingers crossed I'm completely wrong. Anyway, I thought it would be interesting to go into why Nintendo would want to make a TV. As I probably showed you at the start, Nintendo is considering having the Switch be able to stream the display directly to the TV without wires or dongles. And this could easily be just for smart TVs and utilize an app, but Nintendo's quality of life movement shows they are all about sticking their dicks into everything they can, and they are succeeding. Would anything arouse Nintendo more than having you play your Nintendo games on a Nintendo TV and watch Nintendo shows and movies on a Nintendo TV before you head to a Nintendo amusement park? No, not unless you could have a Nintendo car or plane or a subway. Nintendo wants to be your life, whether you want them to be or not. Nintendo could make an app, but that's not what gets them off. But a Nintendo TV could actually be very desirable, by reducing input lag. Displaying a console's video sounds easy, and it really should be, but it isn't. TVs we have now have to be general purpose and be able to try to do anything anybody could ever want them to do, even if it means they do everything poorly. One of the major reasons HD TVs are more laggy than CRTs has to do with filters it tries to use on your games to make them look cleaner and reduce artifacts. The thing is that this is great for streaming TV and movies where user reaction time is almost irrelevant. Consoles also push a direct feed into a TV, but again, TVs, even in token gaming modes that disable many filters, still have to play with the image being sent so it can be stretched and oriented correctly, and that adds to lag. In much the same way that the Switch's architecture allows it to work more efficiently and do more with less than the clunky setup used in the Xbox and PS4, a Nintendo TV could have a gaming mode designed specifically to work with the Switch, and possibly the PS4 if Sony shows Nintendo a little money under the table. If Nintendo set up a TV to be prepared to accept the Switch input and slap it on the screen completely pristine or pristine apart from doubling the size, lag would be dropped dramatically. And they could still have the TV filters but have them in a very separate TV streaming mode. Even taking into account streaming wirelessly across the room to a TV will introduce new lag. Having the TV in a state ready to receive input, it could have the lag comparable to CRTs, which would make Melee fans very happy if it comes to the Virtual Console. And if you had a wired connection to this optimized TV, that could be so little lag it could make CRTs look as laggy as HD TVs, by comparison. Nintendo would likely use LEDs due to their faster response times to rapidly changing images, though LCD is not too far behind, so LCD could also be a likely choice. Plasma, probably not. Plasma is better for TV and movies than games and is usually a little slower to keep up with changes. If Nintendo made this a smart TV, they could even have default apps to advertise news. Maybe they could rotate movies and shows every month to stream for free without Netflix or cable. Nintendo could do so many cool things with a TV that could really excite gamers. So, would you want to see Nintendo take a crack at TVs?